talking about fashion trends and yeah, the fashion industry benefits from cycles, trends having cycles, you know, um, what's in 2023, fall of 2023, you're not going to wear fall of 2025 and so on. That way you'll go back out and buy every year, every year, every year. So I learned that, in school, majoring in fashion, and it sickened me. I didn't really respect the industry when I learned about retail markup and, um, merchandising psychology, especially because coming from the African American community, I saw how much time and focus was on designer trends. Um, Finances are limited as is, when you are low income and you are struggling, the last thing you need is pressure on your family to keep up with fashion trends. And I kind of resented like people that went on to become celebrities or sports players, or and then they get contracts that reinforce that kind of psychology to spend your money on these expensive sneakers or spend your money on expensive clothing and handbags, and it just permeates the culture, the music, the how you feel about yourself. If you are not strong-minded, that is, um, if your family is not going to invest their hard-earned money that needs to be allocated for necessities, if they're not going to spend it on name brand clothes, then if you don't have a strong mind as a teen, it reflects poorly on you. I know it's not just teens. Unfortunately, there are parts of the world where the per capita income is low, and these people judge each other based on materialistic lifestyles. It's insane. I mean, they buy it line, hook, and sinker without even questioning it. They just do. And it's backed again by the movies, by the music, by everything in that culture that reinforces that your value and self worth equates what a brand you're wearing happens to be. It's ridiculous. Or the car that you drive is so ridiculous. I just really, people, and okay, yes, that's the low income. I talked about the people who don't, really have the money to focus on those things in the first place. But even if you do, if you are wealthy, it behooves you to use your mind. Again, it's about your mindset and spirituality, of course. It affects everything. But why are you focusing on feeding the beast when you could use your money for so much good in the world to make changes, real positive changes, or to feed a family? I just feel like you should know better. And shame on you. Shame on you if you have the money and you use it for feeding the beast. And that's just what I'm going to call it. It is just not right. It's just not right. And it needs to stop. People need to stop thinking that it's okay to keep up this whole facade of ego. This brand means I'm better than you. I will never buy into it. I never have, and I don't. I never will. Somebody might judge me. Oh, she's corny. She won't wear this. She won't. I'm not the one looking like a fool because I don't buy into that, and you shouldn't either. Your money should go towards something important. Since we are forced to live on this currency based system in the first place, then I think that we need to do it wisely until we can just do without and have a better world. But for God's sake, if you are forced to be in the system, use it to your advantage as best you can. Certainly don't reinforce this doctrine or this psychology and culture of I'm better than you because I wear this. It's so silly when you think about it. It's foolish. It is. I'm sorry. And if you live your life based on that and you take offense to me saying this to you, maybe hopefully you may never watch me again. You'll walk away, but hopefully you'll think about it the next time you judge someone else based on what they're wearing or what they're driving. Because something's got to change one by one, I'm hoping. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I won't note on this. Um, when someone's focusing so much on the outside, such as the name of the jeans she's wearing or that handbag or I don't know, shoes seems to be a big one. That means that there's less time to focus on the inside. Is she walking around with Dolce and Gabbana, but then she's got a beast of a spirit? I'm just saying, you know, is it easier to judge to have the right look on the outside so that can mask what's going on the inside? And I'm not saying that everyone who wears designer brands has a shallow inside. I'm just saying that kind of like promotes a culture that prides the outside and you never get to pride the inside. So how about what's going on in her mind, her heart, more than her mind, I would say. How is her heart? How is his heart? You know? And I say more than mine because even like in school, I don't agree with that whole, okay, let's value your son or daughter or this student based on the academic standing. A's, B's, what is that? That's ridiculous. And then no one ever valued, from the time you're born to the time you're adult on the job, no one ever values your heart. No one ever stops to say, how is this person? You may be on church on Sundays, that's going away, and even that was just a facade because people just was like that in church, and then the rest of your life, whole 90% of your life is full of doing things that are not heart-based. So even then it wasn't. We have to come to a time where we are checking ourselves at the heart. Who cares what all of the rest of it looks like? How is the heart? How are you treating people? How are you using your money? Let it be heart-based. Ego, I think, has had a long reign. And I think that, the world won't get any better. Certainly. Your world won't even get any better. How are you living? Are you happy? Truly, are you happy? At the end of the day, you will have so much more fulfillment by living from a heart-spaced way, where you make your decisions and your choices and you select people based on your heart. Thank you for being here. See you next time.